I just want to speak the name of Jesus.
There was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, "Father, give me my share of the inheritance." And he divided his property between them. Now, we only get our inheritance when our parents die. This boy actually wishes his dad were dead. It's a tremendous insult, and it's going to be very costly to the father, not only in money, but also in face in the eyes of society. To lose face in the Middle East, even today, is almost as bad as losing your life. I can hear the father's friends saying, "Cast him off, he's not worthy to be your son." But he doesn't. He gives the son what he wants. And I ask myself, why? Well, firstly, this is a picture of God's grace to us. Do you remember the sower sowing his seed profligately, inefficiently, all over the place? And this, like that, was a picture of God's astounding, extravagant, astonishing, amazing grace. And anyway, he's already done this for all of humanity. He created this amazing world, so beautiful, so various, so new. And he gave us these amazing bodies and minds so that we can do infinitely more than the animals. And he gave us the precious gift of free will and set us free. And we've been free to do what we like. God's already done it. But there's more to it than that. God knows that this son, not necessarily all sons, but this son needs to get out there and experience his freedom. He needs to knock his head. He actually needs to hit rock bottom before he'll turn back to his father. Sadly, in the process, he may hurt himself and he may hurt others. If the older brother is to be believed, he engaged in prostitution, and that damages both parties. But the father knew he needed to experience it all before he would turn back. But there's more. There's a Chinese proverb that says, "If you have a bird in a cage, he's not yours. Only if you open the door and let him go, and he comes back to you, then he's yours." And the father wanted the son to be truly his. But there's another sort of side issue in this parable. When the son comes to the father and says, "Give me," it's a picture of us coming to God in prayer. And the son's prayer is just answered like that. Wouldn't it be wonderful if all our prayers were answered just like that? Unanswered prayer is one of the pains that Christians have to deal with. And the answer is it wouldn't always be wonderful if God just gave us all that we asked for. Because God knows the future. He can see into the seeds of time and tell which will grow and which will not. And he doesn't always explain. C.S. Lewis said, "We travel with our back to the engine, and we only see the landscape as it passes by, and only as we look back some distance can we make sense of it all." And so God doesn't always explain why. When I was a young guy, I heard Marjorie Saint give a testimony. Now, she was the wife of one of the 5 young men that went in to try to reach the Auca Indians in 1956, and they were all brutally murdered. Now, before they went, all of them had prayed for safety. And there's an unanswered prayer for you. But the story has a remarkable sequel. Later, 2 of the widows were able to go and live among the Auca Indians and reach them for Christ. They discovered that the problem had been men coming, and it made them afraid. But they accepted the women. God was able to look into the seeds of time. And so Marjorie gave this wonderful testimony, and she ended with this poem. "My life is but a weaving between my Lord and me. I cannot tell the colours he worketh constantly. Only when the loom is silent and the shuttle cease to fly, will my Lord unfold the canvas and explain the reason why."
Unending love, amazing grace.